Hello and welcome back to Master Game Design, Unreal Engine 5 Stylized Environment and Third-Person Blueprint course. In the last lesson we left off by finishing the door mechanics, and in this one we're going to continue with the all-in-one quest system. So let me produce some wonderful art again, and let's explain what we're going to make. So we're going to have a collision tube for our quest detection. Like, did you enter that collision tube? And we're gonna have a explanation mark that will become a question mark when you accept the quest. So we're gonna have some stages on which text is going to appear when you enter. First, we're gonna have a stage 1 that is gonna say a message, so you approach the quest giver, like explain to you this is something here. Second of all, we're gonna have a second stage, S2, that is gonna explain the quest, and here you're gonna have an option to accept the quest. If we leave, it will automatically revert back to stage 1. So when you accept the quest, we're gonna have a new message saying that thank you that you accepted the quest. Let's say this S3. And then we're gonna have another message. Let's call this S3B. This is an S. Let's fix this. I can't. Not that anything else makes sense, but anyway. This is an S. Looks like a 5 again. Anyway, so we gonna have an S3B that is gonna be when you are returning to the box and you have accepted the quest. We're gonna have let's say S3C that you are returning, and you're trying to deliver a 0 item. You have no items on you. We have an S4, sorry, S3 D. Let's put a bubble to it also, that you're gonna have a message when you return. It's gonna play the S3B. Actually, this is very wrongly shown. So you're returning, and it will say if you have an item, or if you don't have an item, if you have the wrong item, or if you have the correct item. Let's say S3E. Oh my god, my ABCs are bad. They're not auto. So this will be when you have an item and it's the correct one. And actually, this is gonna solve the quest also. It's gonna remove the item from our game mode inventory, and it's gonna correct item. This is a correct item. It says correct item here. Anyway, so we're gonna return to our game mode and remove the item and also remove the widget. Play the animation to go up. And then we're gonna have a S4 message that it's gonna say all is well, the quest is completed. So the player, when this is all happening so we have a way to give information to the player in which stage of the quest they are in. It's a bit overcomplicated. We're gonna do it all in one blueprint. We're gonna use static messages. You could populate them with again a data table or something of your choosing. But for this example, we're going to have them static, and we could be able to set them different through the editor. So let's begin with going to our blueprint folder, right click and selecting a blueprint class, type actor, and let's say BP quest giver. Let's It's a fine name. We understand what it is. Let's open it. And it's open. I'm gonna put it on top here where all my other disappeared. Wait. Let's open also. We'll open when we need something. So to begin with, let's add on the viewport a collision tube, box collision. Next thing we're gonna need is a Niagara particle, and I want it parented to the root, not the box. And let's choose for the particle, it's not explosion, quest mark 1. Oh, it's kind of big. And that is it. Let's compile and save. So actually we're gonna need begin play, and from begin play, let's begin with this. Actually, keep some references. So what we need is actually the game mode. So we're gonna do the get game mode. We're gonna cast it to GM Harbor. We're gonna pure cast it and promote it as a variable with a wonderful naming convention as GM Harbor. Compile and save. And let's continue with adding some variables. So the variables we're gonna add are of the type, let's say string. It's fine to be string. And these are gonna be the messages that are gonna appear. Let's call the first one message begin. And I'm gonna copy paste it and name the second one message reading. Copy paste. Third one would be message accept. Fourth one would be message pending quest. And copy paste this also would be message correct item. One more would be message wrong item, or actually, yeah, wrong item. Copy paste it and we have the message no item. And finally, we have the message complete. Now, so we don't have to scale the box, our collision box on the map, like selecting the blueprint and then selecting, like you could always go, let's bring this to the world map actually. Quest giver, here we are. So you can always go the route of selecting your blueprint and selecting your box and setting its extent through here. But why not have it in a category outside here so I don't have to select things, components of the blueprint. So I'm gonna go to our construction script. I'm gonna get the box here, control and drag to get it. And I'm gonna set extend. I'm gonna connect this here. I'm gonna set a default value of 32, 32, 32, which is also on the default value here. And I'm gonna promote this to a variable so it gets the value that I have set here. It's called inbox extend. I'm gonna just remove the in and the name remains box extend. I'm gonna make it instance editable and expose and spawn. compile and save. And now when I select my blueprint, this option is, I didn't select the blueprint, I selected the ground. So this option should be here, default box extent. And we can change the size through here. Let's make it 100 by 100 by 100. And then the position would be also maybe bigger, 200 by 200 by 200. And it's done. Now, the next thing we're gonna need is a new enumeration. Like we have the state of the door, we need the state of the quest. So I'm gonna right click, go to blueprints, go to enumeration, click it and name it quest state. So let's open quest state. We're gonna need five states. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. The one would be begin. Tab doesn't go down. The second one would be reading. The fourth one would be accepted. The fifth one would be return. And the fourth one would be complete. Compile and save. Save change shape. And inside our quest, let's put this into a category. Call this message text. And we actually want this to be exposed on spawn and instance editable. And of course, we need to put all the messages into this category. So I'm just dragging and dropping them. Message text. To be honest, I should have made this on the first one and then copy paste. So it copies the see, this was not the best technique. But by far from many different aspects. But yeah, it's fine. Compile and save. So right now we have the box extent and the message in. So let's give some default values. So this is when the player enters collision. Reading. This is when the player enters collision and presses continue. This is when the player has accepted the quest. This is message after you accept, leave and come back. This is when you have got the correct item back and completed the quest. There should be spelling mistakes there, but doesn't matter, it's a placeholder text. Wrong item. This is the message when you try to deliver the wrong item. Then no item. This is the message when you try to deliver without an item. And last one, this is the final message after you have delivered, and will always repeat when you come back. Right, compile and save. And I think we did a lot for this one. I'll see you on the next one.